What was once made fun of, mocked, and ridiculed is now the standard. You are one of the new wave of content creators that are the new stars of the internet and social media. Grand Rising, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you guys are watching me from, wherever time zone. Follow and like. See, your haters knew. They pretty much knew from the jump. See, when you're an observational spirit, you're always going to be able to notice an extremely attractive masculine man or an undeniably gorgeous woman that has their body game together and has charm, charisma, and character. See, these observational spirits, they really don't have very much character of their own anyway. So you wonder why they copied you. You wonder why they mocked you. You wonder why they ridiculed and tried to put you in some type of isolation. But instead of it hurting you or making you worse, you know how to transmute energy. See, they thought since you had no one with you that you rocked by yourself, that you would just give up, no one would believe you, you would just come off like some crazy person, and that you would never build a following, and they could just take whatever pieces from your personality, your charisma, your character, the way you carry yourself, your mannerisms, your ad-libs, right, your jokes. You know, you have people out here trying to fake laugh like you. It's that serious. A lot of people don't have character. A lot of people don't really have any kind of personality. A lot of times, if you're on the internet too much, then you end up losing all of your soft skills, your social skills. But you never have been that kind of person to where you're on the internet all the time. You're always in real life doing real things, finding something to do. And when you're an extremely attractive masculine man or an undeniably gorgeous woman, there's always something to do. Everywhere you go, you're a pleasantry for anyone that sees you. There's always someone out and about that's smiling and can't help themselves, right? You know, women and children, old people, animals, you know, birds start chirping wherever you're going. It's just the way that it is. You have been given the gift of God through your beauty, and you guys are always using your beauty and your handsomeness to bring people back to God. You're always using it the right kind of way. But it's never good enough for these haters. These haters have been watching you go through the struggle. And what bothers them the most is when you were going through the struggle, whatever dark night of the soul that was initiated by whatever, you know what I'm saying, incident in your life, you made it look easy. You made it look good. You doggone near made it look like something fun that they all would want to experience. And what happens is when people see this, but they know what you really went through and don't want to do the work, then of course they're going to try to pick off whatever personality traits after you've come through, because they know the work that you put in. And no one that's this type of person, this type of hater, wants to put in that type of work. But when you're an extremely attractive masculine man or an undeniably gorgeous woman, you don't mind putting in that work. You don't mind putting in the hours. You don't mind putting in the grind. You know that it's all about the reps. You know that, whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. How can you expect for God to bless you if you're not going to put everything you have into everything that you do? And a lot of people don't want to do things like that. You're willing to go the extra mile and then some. And it shows, right? You guys got to know that you're setting the standard and you're leading by example. Salute. I appreciate you. Most High God appreciates you even more. Understand this. These haters out here, they're really just fans. They're stands. They've turned to stands. They've been watching you for so long. They thought they disliked you, but watching you has inspired them in so many different types of ways. In ways you'll never know and they'll never tell you. And it really doesn't matter. See, here's the thing about you. When you're extremely attractive masculine man and undeniably gorgeous woman, you're authentically yourself. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to put on masks or facades. Again, you're pleasant to everyone. You can be yourself, and you're not going to be worried about it anyway. but you're not going to really come across weird, awkward, strange, or anything like that. You have too much personality, too much charisma, too much coof, too much class. You're regal. I mean, you're a little rough on the edges, but people completely understand. And people also know that when it comes to you, whatever energy they project to you, you're going to mirror it and project it back. And a lot of people don't like this, you know what I'm saying? They think with your innocent looking face or your baby face that you wouldn't be such a savage. You know what I mean? And some people have to learn the hard way. But for the most part, most people don't have to see that side of you. You guys gotta understand something, man. Well, you do. You know that when you get to a certain level of attractiveness, man, they're gonna be mad. When you do see some of these people that are mad at you, you're like, yeah, usual suspect. Adds up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you see someone and you're like, whoa, you kind of seem like you have your life together. You're the kind of woman that could get any man you want. Why are you hating on me? The women that you see that are hating on you, you're just like, doggone well, I would never even look twice at you in the street. I wouldn't even notice you, right? But this is what they do, right? And we ain't even gonna talk about dudes. Of course, dudes are hating on you, man. Like every time you go online, you're seeing some other dude that's looking more and more like you. It's not even, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? With dudes, again, like, I don't hate on dudes. I don't have no problem with them. I don't really care what they do. I don't really pay them no attention. They can't really sling any kind of hate my way. I ain't gonna listen to it. I don't care what dudes think. The only ones that I kind of be listening to a little bit are women I find attractive. And women that try to throw hate my way, they're unattractive. Bless your heart. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, look, y'all, hey, bonus video, you know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate the support on the channel, and I have this awesome schedule. I appreciate you guys working with me. I have a YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are checking out The Wolf on YouTube, where it's great content like this, but I go a little bit longer on live streams and repost these videos up over there as well. So make sure you check that out. And just remember, when you're an extremely attractive masculine man or an undeniably gorgeous woman, any kind of progress you make, any kind of self-improvement you make towards becoming the greatest version of yourself, and you're competing only with old versions of yourself for your future self, there are people out there that are competing with you, that have been competing with you, that thought that they were on your level when you were struggling and going through your dark night of the soul and recovering. Now that you've recovered, it's like, whoa, where'd this come from? This person's been faking it the whole time. Well, no. You've been overly invested in someone's life without reaching out to them. And because you don't know what this person's doing as far as healing goes behind closed doors, and you're only able to see a fraction of their life that they're allowing you to see, you're making these preconceived notions, these weird assumptions, these weird, constructive criticisms, that advice that no one asked for, right? And you don't have enough information to really make an educated anything about, right? And a lot of people think that based off the little they see that you do online, that they're able to intuitively figure out everything else. And you're like, well, if your intuition works so well, why are you still broke and poor? Why are you still living in the same godforsaken place you've been living in for years at a time? Why are you watching me? Why wouldn't you stalk and use your intuition with some rich person that's doing extremely well? Anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all. I just want to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? But stay on your journeys, you guys. Continue being great and leading by example. Again, remember, I support you. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, remember, I'm very much so single and dating right now. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, how so? I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, you can't DM me. Of course you can. We're moving in silence. I'm one of those guys that keeps my mouth shut. I don't get online and run my mouth at all about whoever hits me up, no matter what level she is. Anyway, you guys, make sure you follow and stay tuned for more.